Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kazuri Alameen, and I'm so grateful to be in the land of the living this morning. My negative wisdom for you is it's very important to be careful of the language that you use towards yourself. What do you mean, Mr. Kazuri? It's very important to be careful of the language you use towards yourself. Language is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. And there are so many people walking around unfortunately calling themselves unhealthy names. So if you continue to call yourself these unhealthy names, you're going to act in unhealthy ways. Everything starts in the mind. So to call yourself these unhealthy names, you had these thoughts first, and then the thoughts became what you said verbally, and then the verbalization became what you would do in acting these dynamics out. Thinking wrong, speaking wrong, you're going to act wrong. That's evidence-based, that's scientific. So I would encourage you to be careful of the language you use towards yourself. You know, you're great. We all going to have some adversity in this life. We all going to have some prosperity. Don't make us bad people. We all going to be somewhere in life sometime we're going to feel strong or we're going to feel weak. We're human. We're not bad people. So I want to encourage you, please, ma'am, please, sir, be careful of the language you use towards yourself. Because if you are thinking unhealthy, speaking unhealthy, acting unhealthy, then you're going to do unhealthy things. So if you're doing that to yourself, automatically you're going to do it to other people. Please hear me, you're going to do it to other people. Because you can't take nobody where you've never been. Do you realize, ladies and gentlemen, we're with ourselves all the time. All the time in all seasons of life. I'm a lover and I respect the institution of marriage. Please hear me very highly. I respect the institution of marriage very highly. But you are not with your spouse all the time. Your spouse is not with you all the time, but you with you all the time. That is not a belief. That's evidence-based. Think about it. You are not with your spouse all the time. You're not with your children all the time. You're not with your job all the time. You're not with your parents all the time. You're not with your siblings all the time. But you are with yourself all the time. That is a fact. That is a fact. It's not a belief. So I encourage people, how do you deal with yourself when you by yourself? Come on, Kazuri. How do you deal with yourself when you by yourself? Because you're with yourself all the time. So if you're not using great language and thinking great thoughts, when you're by yourself, for yourself, through yourself, with yourself, that manifestation is going to come out and spray on other people. So please, remember, please, sir, digest good thoughts, speak good thoughts, and good things will happen as a result of that. Stop using unhealthy language towards yourselves. So many people got caught up in the hype, and they are using unhealthy language towards themselves. They are calling themselves unhealthy language. I had a group last night. I had to educate somebody. And this young lady going to tell me, Mr. Alameen, I'm a bitch. What do you mean? It's a female dog. Help me understand, why would you call yourself such derogatory names? Educate me on that, please, ma'am. And by the time I finished educating her, it was a whole different conversation. Stop calling yourself unhealthy names. Men, stop calling yourself a dog. Do you have 4 legs? Do you bark? Why would you say that? You're not a dog. Stop getting caught up in the hype. Stop getting caught up with people who are supposedly influencers and content creators who have diabolical thinking. Once again, we're with ourselves all the time. All the time. That is a fact. It's not a belief. Sometimes you got drunk on beliefs. Why I believe this. Hell, because you believe something don't make it true. Belief is not going to do it. You got to get to a point that you know. Belief is not the one that's old thinking. I believe this. Just because you believe something, don't make it true. Just let me get that the way right now. Just because you believe it, don't make it true. You got to know. K-N-O-W, you got to know. So please, ma'am, please, sir, wake up. You've been bamboozled and hoodwinked long enough on stuff that's diabolical and superficial. And then the system will put people out there to help you to continue to fertilize this foolishness. Be careful who to listen to. Be careful who you allow yourself to be entertained by. Enter means to go into. Enter means to go into. You got stuff going into your eyes, going into your mouth, going into your soul, going into your spirit. That's unhealthy for you. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen. There's a serious difference between being grown and being mature. Say it again, because there's a serious difference between being grown and being mature. There's a lot of grown people, but you're not mature. So please, ma'am, please, sir, be careful the language you use towards yourself. And I keep going back to self because, once again, we're with us all the time. You cannot go to work and leave yourself at home. You cannot go to work and leave yourself at home. We're with ourselves all the time in all seasons of life. up, down, hot, cold, adversity, prosperity, happy, sadness, day, night. You're with ourselves all the time. Once again, that's not a belief. That is a fact. So be careful the language you use towards yourself. Please, ma'am, and please, sir, stay awake. Don't go back to sleep. Don't go back to sleep. Stay awake. Don't go back to sleep. Peace.